Charles says, hey guys, my agency is a service area business and I've secured GBPs for other strategic cities. I want to rank in and marked as service areas. I have location pages for all the services I offer nationally, including the cities I have additional GBPs in. Okay, how would you approach schema for these GBPs? Would you create a service area page and then embed them all there with the local schema, or just build citations for them? I'm not sure I understand that part of the question. What I would do is, if you have a service area business that's under one brand, which is what I recommend, we just spent a lot of time talking about branding and why it's so important. I would put organization and, more appropriately, corporation schema on the homepage, right? Corporation schema is a subtype of organization schema that is more appropriate for a for-profit business, in my opinion, right? A organization schema is more for institutions and nonprofits, et cetera. It's still appropriate, but I always recommend being more specific if possible. So I would put corporation schema on the homepage and then local business schema on each location page that has a Google business profile associated with it. Does that make sense? For everything else, I just do service pages. Like, that's what I would do. Just service pages, right? Because you can, in service, I believe, I don't do a ton of service schema. And when I do, I always use the service, or excuse me, Schema App, schemaapp.com. It's stupid expensive. I don't recommend it. It's just what I've been using for like 4 years. So I don't want to switch, but I would either go with, if I had to start over and I wasn't already, if I didn't have so much in Schema App already, I would use either Clint Butler's Rankgear, which I've not actually used, but I know of it. And I know Clint Butler's a ninja. And it's called Rankgear. It's his schema, or my former partner's partner. So Marco and Rob Beal at the Heavy Hitter Club, they have, I don't know if Marco's partnered with Rob on that, but Rob has Schematech, which is his advanced schema app. And I've not used that either, but Rob is a freaking savant when it comes to that stuff. So if I were going to suggest doing advanced schema, I would suggest either going to Clint Butler's Rankgear or Rob Beal's Schematech. But what I was saying was, for Schema App, I believe in service schema, you can reference service areas, right? Knows about, and areas served, areas served. So, and if that's the case, then I would put service schema on the service pages. If they don't have Google business profile associated with the location page, I wouldn't put local business schema, right? At least that's the way I would do it. Again, I am not a schema nerd, guys. I'm always transparent about that with people. I've been fairly good with schema on a local level, but when it gets to real advanced schema stuff, I am not your man. Seriously. I will refer you to Rob or Clint or somebody else. Okay. So yeah, what I would do, again, I would put corporation schema on the homepage, which, by the way, in corporation schema, you can reference the individual locations as long as it's connected properly, and vice versa. On the location pages where you put local business schema, in the more appropriate subtype, is really what you should use if you have one. But then you can reference corporation, parent organization, right? Reference the corporation. That way everything is connected, and that's how you build brand authority, right? You're telling Google, like, hey, here is us and all these other locations too, not just these other places on the web, but here are other physical locations. They're all part of this brand. It's connecting schema properly. You're telling the Google bot, like, hey, this is our brand and these are all of our locations. They're all part of the same entity. So again, it's forming that much clearer, sharper image of the brand, the entity. Hopefully that's clear. Good question though. Yeah, Clint Butler, I should know that guy. David says, if you don't know Clint, where have you been? You know what I mean? He's been around for a minute. He's actually going to speak at POFU Live, our event this year. So I'm excited to have him.